Hello everyone on the intertubes, Beard Senpai here today, going to do a short video on how I made our Yora black boxes do this. Now you're wondering, well, it has a light inside, but they have this nice little feature with a little bit of luck. We can move them together. And when you're ready to blow your Goliath enemies into the air, they turn red. Or if you're bored, they'll change any color you like. Now you're probably wondering, why do we care and how did you do that? Well, it's actually rather easy. You see, I did a thread not too long ago on the Komori-Con Facebook group trying to find fairy lights that could be remotely color changed. And during it, somebody suggested votive candles. And I was like, votive candles? Do you think I want fire in my hands? And like, no, the LED kind. They have little batteries in them and you can remote control them. And I was like, ooh, that sounds interesting. So I dug around a bit and I found these. They're a set of votive battery-operated candles. They run on a very common little watch battery, and they're wirelessly controlled. And the best part is if you look inside, they come apart in one piece, allowing you to very easily extract the electronics, the battery holder, and all the bits you need to make your little glowing cube. And you can turn them on and off whenever you want, or set the color as they are in the opening sequence. And when you want them just sitting around looking cool, you can make them flicker. Now, how to make these? First off, you're going to need a black box. In our case, excuse the sink, it's been a busy con prep. We bought these pre-made plastic units on Amazon and paid entirely too much for them. They're $20 a piece, and they come with a piece of crap little LED that basically works one time. So I was thinking, no, that is absolute garbage. I am not going to throw these away, however, but I'm going to need to make them work. So your candles start out like this. And if you flip them over, you'll note that they just have a little hatch on the back. Now, if you take that and you pop the hatch off, you'll find your battery. And under the battery is just the contact. This one has actually been rather stubborn. Usually they pop right out when I open the backs of these. There it goes. So there's your battery. Common, you can find these in any grocery store. Forgive this, I don't think I can get that sharp enough. No, it just makes it worse. So anyway, once you have your battery out, you will take, where did I put it? There it is. Just a flathead screwdriver. Pop it in. You'll need 2 hands for this. And then you just pull a little bit on that large opening with your flathead screwdriver. Oh, come on, focus. There we go. And then the important bit just lifts right out, leaving you the top of the candle and the entirety of the device. Now, all you need to do is put your battery back in. And snap the door back on. Forgive this, I'm not possessed of a GoPro camera, so this is going to be a bit ugly. That just snaps back in. And now you still have a nice little battery compartment. And also a place where you could put a little bit of that blue sticky tack on the bottom to hold this in place, but still be removable. Now when you want to use them, you just flick that little switch on the bottom on. And there's your glowing candle. Now, what I did with these was I tried this with one and discovered it wasn't really illuminating the cube very much. So what I did was I turned it off, and then I took this and I very carefully bent it at a 90-degree angle. This is easy again with two hands. If someone wants to give me a GoPro camera, come on, be my guest. But once you have it about a 90-degree angle, you do this twice, and then you just place them in the corners of the box with the LEDs turned toward the center. And soon you'll have your two. I'll just take one of my other ones here. It's still off from the remote control. There we go. Just do a quick flick on it. Yes, I know they're different colors. It's because they were set to other modes. You just go and take your remote control at that point, take the little plastic tab out, and pick a color you want them to be. At which point, your camera will go out of zoom. At that point, you just put your little sticky tack on the bottom and close it up. Now, on the remote control, there's some different options. You have, of course, the 12 different colors. The yellow is not very yellow, it's kind of green. And the green is greener than the button. You get the drift, it's LEDs. That's the light green. That's the dark green. You can see there's not a whole devil of a lot of difference. But you could also set a timer for runtime. That's a little useless at a con unless you plan to be carrying these around in view for a long period of time. Or you can click the button marked multicolor, which will cause the LEDs within range to start fading through the colors. Now, they won't always do the exact same colors because it is random. So most of the time when they do the color sequence, if you start them out from a fresh start, they will usually synchronize. But I've had occasions after a while where they'll get out of sequence after a couple of minutes. So usually, for most things, setting a color is more preferable. They're good for pictures, though. As you can see, this one has been doing a good job of staying synchronized. And it will just stop at blue. We'll do a dark blue or light blue, doesn't really matter. And we push that mode button. That turns on the candle's flickering effect. And on the table, it's not terribly visible. But let me turn the lights out. There we go. Now it's a bit more noticeable that the cube actually is flickering. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my very short and quick tutorial on how to make these little glowing cubes for your 2B and 9S cosplays. And just remember, everyone, glory to mankind.